Hi everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to make this lovely detachable yoke with sleeve. You can just use it in order to wear your corset so that it will look decent if you want to wear it to church. So guys, this is the draft that I have already made for a Victorian corset. Now for those that may not want it to be like tube, this video is just to show you how you can make it to have like a detachable yoke, whereby you'll be able to fix your sleeve. You can decide to wear it if you want as a tube, and you may also decide to wear it with a sleeve. Okay, so please, I did this separately because I'm doing this video separately because I don't want it to, because that's not the way the dress should be. So it all depends on you. So if you have an interest in if you want to watch the video for the main drafting, I'll be dropping the link in the description box. So this video is just to show you how to put your detachable yoke. Okay, so now this is the front. I made it to be -6. Now the back also, you make it to be -6. Okay, so it's -6 now. All right, the -6 is just like a guide. Okay, now we will focus on the front first. The front, for the front shoulder slant, I came down by 1.5. This is the 1.5, so you're going to add ½ inch back to have a joining allowance for your shoulder. Okay, then the next thing you're going to do is to measure the armhole, divide by 2. I have 7 here, divide by 2 is 3.5, so you're going to go in by 0.75 for the front in order for you to be able to form your armhole. So I'm drafting this on this paper because it will make it easier for one to know how it will be on the main fabric. You want to finish everything on one paper. So this is the actual armhole. Okay, now you decide the neckline that you want. I've already marked the natural neckline in order for me to form my shoulder slant. So you may still work with that 3 inches of your natural neckline, or you may even make it a bit wider. So I'm going to be using 3.5 by 3.5. So make it 3.5 by 3.5 on both for the depth and the wideness. Okay, and then you just curve it. That will be your neckline. Okay. Okay, so now you have this could just be like a yoke already. You can see that it's forming, but you are not cutting it out like this, right? So what you're going to do is, there, because this is a sweetheart neckline and it will not, if we are cutting like a yoke together, that means here like this you are going to be sewing it in. So you have to come up here by, like, let's just say 1 inch. You can come up here by 1 inch, because by the time you finish, the distance will increase to like 1.5 if you add back your allowance for here. So you can just decide to be creative. You may form like another sweetheart, or I'll prefer to do it in a round shape. Okay, So I'll curve. You just have to be careful. You can just curve it like this. So let it come like this. You can see the way I'm keeping it. So it's coming like this. See, it's just kind of straight. I'm not making it to be sweetheart. It's coming like this, kind of straight. So it's rhyming back with this point, like this. So this is it. Let me get another pen to mark it out. Okay, so this is just it. I'm still following this line. So now when I cut it out like this, I'm going to be adding ½ inch at the downside so that I'll use it to, you can add 0.75. I'll add 0.75. Why? Because I'll use ½ inch to sew it in, and then the 0.2 that is remaining, I'll use it to just kind of if I want to, it will kind of overlap here. It's kind of overlap here. Once it has a very nice a very nice fitting, it will kind of overlap here. So it is this armhole you're going to use to put your sleeve. Okay, so that's it for the front. This is for the front, but it doesn't mean that it has to reach this down. It can just even stop here. But for me, that I want to wear it to church, I want it to be a bit covered if I want to wear it to church. Okay, although this is for a detachable sleeve that has, like, it has a yoke and it has a sleeve. There's another detachable sleeve that I'll be using for this corset, but that one does not have a yoke. It doesn't have an upper part. Okay, but this one I'm doing right now, it has a yoke. Now for the back also, you're going to draw your armhole by measuring. You measure your armhole, divide by 2. For the back, I came down by 1, so you're going to add half in order to join back your, to join the shoulder, front and back shoulder. So you are marking what is left on your armhole is 7.5. Divide by 2 is 3.75. Then you go in by 0.25. You can also go in by 0.5, but I normally go in by 0.25. And then you draw your armhole like this. Okay, so now you're going to draw the back neckline. Now for ease of wearing, I'll prefer to have I can also make it like a round. I'll make it a round neckline. You can also make it a V, but I think because of it's detachable, right, you can make it to be a round. You can even make it to have like a button or a zipper so that you'll be able to wear it. So this is going to have I'll just make an opening. So I'll make the neck depth to be 1.25, to be a bit up. Okay, 1.5 by 3.5 wideness I've already used for the front. Okay, so I want it to cover up the back, right? I want it to cover up the back. So when I'm cutting, I know that it will affect this draft a bit. When I'm cutting, I'll make it to be a bit longer. I'll make it to be a bit longer, like 10. You see, this is where this stops, right? So I'm bringing mine down. That's why I'm using a blue marker. Okay, I'm making it 11 and a half. Okay, because I want it to cover this point, so I'm making it 11 and a half. So for you to be able to do this without affecting your pattern, the best thing you're going to do is to trace it out. You trace it out and then you cut with another fabric, but it's better you draft them like this so that you will know how it will be on the garment. Okay, so I've drawn the armhole. So for this one now, I'm just going to, you are going to add your sewing allowance also, because when we're drafting this, we've not added our sewing allowance. So for this, you're just going to add your normal sewing allowance as your like a normal um clothes. Like you can add 2 inches here, you can add 2 inches or 1 inch for joining, and here also you can add 1 inch for joining. So this is how it will be. So you may decide to put a zipper. If you are putting a zipper, you'll be adding your zipper allowance. So let's say I'm putting a zipper and then an opening at the back, like a stylish opening at the back. Is it necessary? No. So I'm just going to be putting a zipper. So I'm putting a zipper allowance of 1 inch. I'll be following this line that I have already, this slanted line for my zipper dart. From this point I have my zipper dart, so I'll be using 1 inch from that point. I'll be marking 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch to the end, which is my zipper allowance for my detachable yoke. So what you're going to do is to place it on another paper and transfer it before, if you are doing like a normal distance, before you now cut this part out. Okay, so I'm going to be tracing it out on another paper, then I'll cut it out. You can use a tracing wheel to transfer it, but I'm just going to be making use of this marker. So I got another paper and kept under, then I'll pin it together. I'm going to pin it together. Okay, so I'm going to be using the marker to trace it, and hopefully it will show. You can also get a carbon paper to do this. So you may just decide to trace it out, especially this one. You can even cut it, but that back, for that back, because we have not cut the main dress, so we are just going to trace it out like this. This is quite faint. So please, it's better you use a carbon paper for this. It will make your work a lot more easier. So this is the cutout pattern. I added 3 inches at the downside because I want it to cover the back well. So you can also do that if you want it. Then I'm using it to cut the lining. I'll use the lining to cut the main fabric. Now for the front, I want to make sure that where I stopped is just close to the armhole line, and I have to join it to the back. So I'll make sure that the length of the side for the front and back, they are the same. So I just pin it down, and then I'll place the back on it, on by the side, to make sure that their lengths are the same. Okay, so where that line stops is where I'm marking because of the side seam, to be able to join the side seam. So I'm going to use it to form a curve from the center. I came down by like 2 inches because I want it to come down well to cover the my chest. It all depends on what you want. So I came down by 2 inches and then I curve it to that line. I left about 2 inches by the side, 1 inch for seam allowance and 1 inch to just be like okay, you can make it 2.5, 1 inch for seam allowance and 1.5 to just cover the side a bit. So I'm cutting it open. I'm cutting it out. This I'm using the same fabric as fabric and lining for the front. You can see that I added to initially I made it 2 inches, so I later made it 2.5. Okay, so I'll cut the shoulder and the neckline. So I've used the lining to cut the back. Now for the hand, I use the armhole times 2.5. I got 42.3. So I for 2.5, so I approximated it to 45. Then the length is 12 plus about 4 inches, that's 16. So I have cut it the length 12 because I'll be folding the down part then by 1.5 0.75 0.75. So from the up I came down by 4 inches to form the slant because I'm joining to the shoulder. It's just to form a slant so that I will know where I'm joining to the down part and the where I'm joining to the up part. So it's just a straight fabric on fold. The wideness is on like the 45 that I measure and the length is 16. So I'm going to be joining it and I'll sew it around the armhole. Now this is the one that I've cut for the cape. I'll be joining the lining to lining and fabric to fabric on the upper part because I want it to have a neat finish. So after joining the fabric and lining together, fabric to fabric, lining to lining, I'm going to use the lining to turn the neckline. I'll turn the neckline and then I'll turn the front part. That's the part that is coming down from the front. So I'm going to turn that part and then I'm going to turn the front part also. So I've done that. This is the I have the armhole. I've turned the front and then I've done the lining at the downside. I reduced the lining by half inch so that the lining will not be showing, and I brought it out from the side zipper side. So I'm going to be fixing the zip. You can see that the front is neat. The only part that there is opening now is the armhole area and the zipper area. So I'll sew the zip on the fabric. Then from the armhole, I'll bring out the lining and sew it at the upper part so that it will have a neat finish at the inside, okay, of that part. And then I'll just fix the sleeve. You can see the way I did it. So that on that wrong side now, I'm going to sew the lining on it, on the wrong side. So I fixed the zip. The next thing is just to fix the sleeve. You can see that it's looking neat on the inside. The front is torn with lining. That's the neck part of the front, and that's where the fabric is. Fabric and fabric is the neck part of the front. So I fixed the zip, guys. It's so beautiful. If you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe. There are a lot of amazing things I'll be uploading as time goes on, and if you're a returning subscriber, I thank you for staying with me on this channel. Please kindly share this to other people that may need it, and if you have found this tutorial, this video helpful, kindly give it a thumbs up. I thank you so much. Thank you.